All Christian worship is potentially an encounter with the risen Lord. When we meet him in worship, God calls us into a future that is already his, and we offer ourselves to be transformed. The Eucharist, perhaps more than any other form of Christian worship, makes this transformation vivid and real. This is because it brings us directly into Christ's presence, not only through Scripture, but by a special kind of remembering that makes his Easter victory present to us. The bread and wine, ordinary food and drink, become charged with the memory of Christ's death and resurrection. For some Christians, this is focused in the bread and wine itself. The consecrated bread and wine are lifted up so that people can see that the Lord is here. For others, the bread and wine act as reminders that point to the Lord's spiritual presence with his people. The presence of Jesus in Holy Communion is called a sacrament. A sacrament, as we shall explore in a later session, is an outward and visible sign of an inward and spiritual grace. Just how this happens has been disputed by Christians over the centuries and has sadly led to some divisions between different branches of the Christian Church. This explains the different ways the Eucharist is celebrated and the different importance that different Christians give to it, and even the fact that we have more than one name for the service. But all Christians of whatever tradition are united around this truth. The Lord who died on the cross for us opens his arms and longs to feed us with his risen life. Jesus is the one in whom all our hungers are satisfied. It's this story of his transforming love that we celebrate in Holy Communion and in all our worship. The story of the Emmaus Road underscores this theme. The disciples of Jesus are living with unmet hopes and deep grief. They meet a stranger on the road who walks alongside them. In his company, they find they're able to tell their story and to express their sorrows and regret. Jesus listens to all that they have to say and then responds to them, opening the Scriptures and helping them to see that his death has not been the end of everything, but the moment of true liberation and transformation. Then, at the meal that they share together, he breaks bread, and they see him as he really is. The risen Christ meets them in the breaking of the bread. They cannot sustain the vision. Christ vanishes from their sight, but they're changed. Were not our hearts burning within us while he was talking to us on the road, while he was opening the Scriptures to us? Their hunger for hope, meaning, restoration is satisfied.